Hi there, I am Veronica. I am a conscious manifesting coach, and I am so excited to bring you this video today. Today's topic is going to be all about how to get someone to commit to you. Now, this can be especially useful in long distance situations and friends with benefits situations. How to finally get this person to commit to you and actually be in a real official relationship that they fight for. Okay, so I know you're going to enjoy it, so do stay tuned. Before we do that, if you are new to my channel or would like to work with me one-on-one or just learn more about me, veronicaisles.com. Okay, so how do we resolve this? How do we get the person to commit? Number one, we need to imagine that this person is also not okay with being in a casual relationship, with being in a friends with benefits situation, with not being in the commitment. Many of you make the mistake in assuming the other person is just fine being casual. The other person wants to potentially see someone else. The other person is a player, someone who doesn't want to commit, someone who doesn't want the same things. We need to start taking a new mindset, a new approach to this idea that they are not okay with not being committed, that they are not okay right now with how things are, that they actually want this commitment, because you're not okay with it. You're unsettled with it, obviously, or otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video trying to figure out how to manifest it. You're not okay with how things are. You want that commitment. Maybe you want that marriage. If you're in a long distance relationship, maybe you desperately want to be in the same city. So if you are in a situation where your specific person is not doing the things you want them to be doing, we need to stop assuming that they are all about those things that you don't want and that you are on the other side wanting these things. So instead of thinking of them here and you here, let's think of you together as one. And yes, you can imagine this, you can take this mindset approach, you can take this assumption without needing any confirmation from them, without needing any affirmation that this can be possible. You can take this approach, you can imagine this, you can imagine them committing to you, you can imagine them proposing marriage to you or accepting marriage if you're a guy, you know, you want your lady, or you want your boyfriend, if you're in a gay relationship, to accept. So you want this, you deserve it. You deserve to have the other person want the very same thing as you. Not to keep reinforcing that they're okay with how things are, they're okay with having things be casual, or that they're afraid of commitment or scared because maybe they were hurt before in the past. Let's stop reinforcing those things. So the best way to reinforce the good things is by first omitting the bad. Because when we first take out the bad, then there's room to put the good in. If we don't take out the bad first, then how can the good thoughts come in or stick? Like they can't, because there's no room for them. There has to be room. So we need to omit. We need to not engage with those negative thoughts, with those thoughts of lack, inadequacy, this idea that they want something else. So we want to stop giving evidence to all of the things that we do not want. So instead of saying, why won't he or she change? Why do they want the thing that I don't want? We need to stop. We need to stop with that mindset. We need to start saying that maybe they can come around. Maybe they do want the same thing. Maybe tomorrow is going to be different. Have you ever had someone just change? Like they're a brand new person? Maybe it wasn't in a romantic situation, maybe it was someone you worked with, maybe it was a friend, but suddenly they woke up one day and they were completely different. You were like, who is this person? Maybe you did this. I know I've done that on several occasions. Like I just decided to take on a new mindset, new activities, new goals, just boom, I wanted to be new and fresh. Maybe this is what your specific person will do, and they will do it in complete harmony and alignment with the things that you want. So if you are in a long distance relationship, stop affirming that they're okay with the distance. They don't need to be in the same city as you, that they want other things, that they want to not be committed, or friends with benefits, that they're okay with casual sex. No. Instead say, maybe their heart hurts. Maybe they are so ready for a commitment. And I know that the go-to thought you may be having right now is, well, if they really did want this, then they would have done it sooner. They would have already committed to me if that's what they really wanted. So that's your ego mind talking. It's giving evidence. It's saying, well, it didn't happen already, so it must not be true. Your ego mind hates to take new assumptions where it has no physical evidence with its human eyes. Ego eyes. The ego eyes. It wants to see it before it can believe it, but you want to believe it before you can see it. So be stronger, be higher, be better. Like, the ego is at a low vibration anyway, so it's totally easy to overcome the ego. Like, it has no power over you. It's just like somebody, a voice that's hanging out in your head that's there. It wants to be included. It wants to be a part of the team, but it doesn't have very good ideas. So we need to stop giving power to the ego voice. Identify the ego voice. When you identify it as the ego, it's much easier to not listen to it. So we're going to start imagining this person as needing you all the time and needing the same things and needing to be committed, as if they want nothing more than to make you their companion for life. For life, if that's what you want. Maybe you don't want it for life. Maybe you just want it for now and you want to test it out and see how it feels. You can have that too. You can have any version of this relationship that you want. You can have the person want the same mutual things as you. But again, we don't need the physical evidence before we can feel this way. And you are not manipulating them. You are not mind controlling them. You are not using some magical force to make them do something they wouldn't otherwise have done. That's not what this is at all. This is taking on a new mindset within yourself for you. So the new mindset is, I'm going to stop giving evidence to all of the things I don't want. I'm going to start giving evidence and hope to the things I actually want, which is this idea that they could actually want the same thing as I do. So I'm giving my evidence to this feeling. And in doing this, you exude new energy. You feel different. You feel new. You feel fresh. You feel alive and awakened and hopeful in ways you didn't feel before. And that's new energy. They're going to pick up on that right away. Right away. They're going to respond to you in a new way that feels completely at one with their own free will. And it's going to be in harmony with what you want, because you're setting the stage. You're laying down the groundwork. You're putting down the foundation for this new result. So it has to happen. But you have to come from a loving way. You can't come from a forceful way. You can't keep nagging them. Commit to me. Commit to me. Why don't you want to commit to me? That never works. We need to let them do it freely. Freely. In their own timing. And if you are not okay with that waiting time, if you feel unsettled during that waiting time, you're never going to manifest it. You have to be okay and at peace that they will come around when they come around. If you are feeling hollow or rejecting this current moment because they haven't done it yet, then you need to resolve those feelings within yourself, because when they come around, you're still going to feel that way because that's something happening within you. It's like you're saying, well, I need this experience to complete me. I need this experience to be my happiness, my substance. That's never going to work. You're not going to manifest it. And even if you did, you wouldn't feel better. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, my name is Veronica Isles. You can visit my website, veronicaisles.com. I am happy to work with you one-on-one. You can always email me at veronicaisles@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram. I post pictures of places that I go to, things that make me happy, and inspirational quotes. Have a good day.